Joined us for the conversation. It is a conversation like no other. Business unusual here on Metro FM Talk, as we're bringing you a live broadcast, actually coming to you straight from the SABC studios anyways. But of course, this evening we are reflecting on a Human Rights Day, or Sharpeville Day. We're also reflecting on this 30 years of democracy, but most importantly, we're doing so with individuals who represent political parties who are going to tell you why is it that you must vote for them come the 29th of May. We're also going to be reflecting on the past 30 years of this democracy to try and establish how much progress we've made, what we still need to achieve, and what we need to remain accountable for. Of course, we're still continuing with our political leaders. Nyaniso, I interrupted you there before we went to go pay some bills, but I was asking you on the preservation and the implementation of the rights of our young people, especially in the country.
Thank you very much, Faith. Let me greet my fellow panelists as well as the audience and listeners at home. Indeed, it's been 30 years of figuring out whether or not the promises which were made, particularly to the parents of the young people today, are anything worth listening to. It's been 30 years of trying to find out whether or not will we ever have free education. It's been 30 years of figuring out whether or not the working class will they ever live without medical aid in order to secure quality health care, because the public system of health, both clinics and hospital, is not working for them. It's been 30 years of trying to find out whether or not life is worth living, whether or not your vote guarantees you any sense of progress in life, because you understand that voters take part on election day and their role ends there. What happens afterwards is whoever has won the election is expected to take charge of the country and improve the quality of life. It's been 30 years where people are figuring out whether or not they will ever stop living in shacks, 30 years of figuring out whether or not they will ever stop watching their backs for crime. It's 30 years where we've seen the quality of life deteriorating. You're wondering wherever you're seated whether or not it will ever improve. Yes, the rights are guaranteed and enshrined in the Constitution, but it ends there. It's on the paper. What you are supposed to feel, you asked earlier whether or not you are supposed to, if leaders have failed to teach people about their rights. It's not even something you're supposed to be taught. You're supposed to feel and experience the rights, the quality of life, the right to free education, the right to employment, the right to improvement of the standard of living. It is not something you're supposed to be taught. You must feel it, experience it, live it every day, such that you don't even need to ask whether or not I do have rights. As South African young people today are faced with NSFAS, having to qualify or not qualify. They must worry where they are going to sleep. They must worry how they are going to study. They must worry of defunding and all these other things that they should not have to worry about. No young person must ever have to worry whether or not they are going to get through their education, because it's happening now. You can't get through your studies, you can't qualify. Even when you've graduated, even if you drop out, the quality of education you are given does not guarantee you sustainability as a human being right now. Nobody is guaranteed whether or not after graduating they will find employment, or the business idea they have, it will enable them to live. Because after all, we do these things to be able to live quality of life in the democratic dispensation.
So then there's this general understanding and consensus, and you're getting a clap for that one. And